Hey, what is good, YouTube family, Madden friends, everybody? Welcome to another video today. First thing first, I gotta apologize. I know the screen is a little freezy, and I don't know why. But it is. So just gotta deal with it. Bear with me here, because I'm trying to do something for Friday night for you guys. It's clear it's getting a little late. But what I want to talk about today, more importantly than anything else, is how I was able to get top 100, more like top 50 most of the time, in Weekend League with my scheme. And my scheme was not bunch. My scheme was not tight slots. My scheme was not anything that was mainstream or common, right? And something that I personally did design and do. That's what I do, right? I'm just going to cover it a little bit in depth for you guys. Just a little bit here. I started this scheme out of West Coast at a single back ace, and it sort of evolved into single back ace out of run and gun, because the run and gun has flanker curl, and it also has corner strike. So what I would always do is set my audibles just like this. Exposed is the main play that we run. We always come out and stretch, right? So we have stretch, dive, all the other stuff. The good thing about this is it's a symmetrical formation, right? So I can flip the play. Nobody knows. I can run left, I can run right, I can run up the middle, I can pass left, I can pass right. Could do whatever I wanted, right? That was the basis to it all. Now, there's some secrets about the run, which were in the guide, and I'm not going to cover all that. But the best way, how to determine where you should run, how you should run, who should you attack, etc. I'm not covering that here, because if that stuff translates to 19, I want to keep that for the Madden Turf stuff. If you guys are interested in Madden Turf, just go check it out for 19. Trust me. But so this was the general idea, is that it gave me the ability to attack where I wanted to go at any time, at any place, right? If I see here that, okay, the right side looks weak, so we can go right, and bam. And everyone's going to say, you're running stretch. I wasn't running stretch the same way as everyone else. Trust me, and I know that you may not believe that, but it's the truth. The reason we ran stretch was purposefully, all right, like right here, quarters 3 deep, which of course blows it up, the dive. But you could run dive, you could run stretch, whichever way you really wanted to go. There's a lot of potential and a lot of ways that really allowed me to attack. Now, the run was obviously something that was very good with it. It was very helpful. We all know the run game was pretty overpowered with blocking, and stretch was a great run. But what it did more for me is it forced a lot of my opponents out of defenses they would probably prefer to run, maybe more DB heavy sets, into more linebacker heavy sets of 4-3 or a 3-4, something very strict like that. And what we would do there then is be able to dot them up and pass, because our pass game was absolutely lethal. The main pass play we used was X post, right? Just like this. I would usually streak this guy, block my running back generally, a lot, just to buy enough time. And what this concept did was it allowed me to be able to actually throw posts in this game regardless of 91 zone. It also allowed me to attack the flats. If someone had cloud flats out there, it was perfect. I could low ball to B, and it gave me playmaking options where I always had the playmaker ability on my tight end on the right and my receiver on the right, at least, right? And as we got more players, I could adjust that. Could have all 4 people as playmaker. But that was the whole point, was that I would be able to attack and do stuff this way. Now, despite me throwing a pick there, it is what it is. What it allowed me to do was beat man, beat zone, have quick hits, and move the ball as best as I really could. Now, what I really did a lot with it was attack low and then force people to start putting hard flats out there. And when people had hard flats, I had a counter for that. I'm not going to talk about that, but there was definitely counters to every little thing people would do against us. Every little thing, right? And a playmaker was a big part of this, because it would really help out, especially with the way that 91 zone worked. It worked really, it was worked really well, honestly. And so we had to use a lot of playmaker to, beat zones and do stuff that we probably normally wouldn't have, especially in past Maddens, right? But one thing I also liked about this as well is it gave me a very good ability to block pressure, because I could block the running back, I could block a tight end on the left or a tight end on the right. It was perfect. It was completely perfect what we wanted to do. Like I said, whether it was man, whether it was zone, it didn't really matter to me what someone was running, because I had to read. And the way I was adjusting my routes when I would flip the play, when passing to, it gave me just a lot of options, and I got very good at it. So we did have flanker curl as well, right? And flanker curl was a better play for a low ball, right? It wasn't necessarily something I relied on, but the low ball on the post was very good against 91 zone. Only 91 zone. But again, someone's user couldn't be there. The biggest problem I had with the play itself was that it was essentially the same. It was a post on the same side of the field, so that really hurt. But even with that, I would look for the post, I would look for the in, and if nothing was there, I had to curl, which I would just playmaker along the way. Right, pretty simple. Pretty simple. And of course, we get hit. But then, of course, corner strike came into play. Now, a big part of what this offense really was for me was quick hiking. I could quick hike you constantly, do whatever I want, just get rid of the ball, just get rid of the ball quick. You didn't know what was coming. I would mix corner strike in just a few times a game, nothing crazy. And then I would have the running back there. And normally, if he was open, I would playmaker him up the field. If he wasn't open, you could do what you wanted there. But beating Tampa 2 and stuff, cover 3 with corner strike was very, very easy. Now, there's adjustments you could make with corner strike, but I'm not really going over a lot of that stuff. I just want to show you guys how you can actually be successful at this game without conforming to what's popular on Twitch, what's popular on YouTube. And I think this is proof. I played a lot of people. Some people probably think I was good. Some people probably think I was bad, and that's fine. That's fair. Everyone can have their opinion, but I promise you that next year we're going to be doing the same thing. Maybe not the same offense, but we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be playing. We're going to be winning. We're going to be doing better than all these people. You're garbage. Nah, I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. At all. Now, some people did take this. We had it in our West Coast, got a Madden turf, right? And that was great. And I did run into some people who used it, and it was a real pain in the ass to stop. And I think a lot of people that I played had trouble with it. But as with any offense in the game, anything, it's all about matchups, right? I can play someone who could lock me up, but then they may play someone in bunch and get torched. Similarly, I play someone who locks up bunch, but then they play me, and things don't go smooth. So you had to learn how to do things as best as possible. Because when I moved away from West Coast into run and gun, I gave up bunch. I gave up bunch. Now, when I got really desperate at times when I wanted to do other stuff, I did have other stuff in this playbook. And it sort of evolved from the challenges. The pistol strong is one thing I really liked running. The triple option slip, the off tackle, and halfback zone, working those things in there. And we also have trips tight end in here. And it's a good trips tight end, but I wasn't a good trips tight end runner. So what I used a lot of it for, honest to God, was just speed option. And that sounds crazy, but that's what I really did a lot of, was speed option to pick up a couple quick yards, right? Triple option at a pistol helped me pick up yards, especially versus a lot of people running cover 3. There was definitely some advantages there. And that's why, when we had the triple option challenge earlier in the year, I was able to take that experience, learn from it, and adapt it into my game to actually be able to do something with it, It's kind of crazy, but you could, But the problem with pistol strong, it didn't make it as much of a viable option, is that there's only 3 plays where the tight end lined up on the left. And then the rest, the tight end was on the right. So it was a bit of a giveaway. Not the greatest thing. But again, for what we wanted to do, it was good for a mix in it. Maybe a couple plays a game. But honest to God, I ran these plays so much. So let's just go look at how often I actually ran these plays in comparison. We've called stretch 2,980 times. Flanker curl 114. Like I said, I didn't abuse it a lot. I used it a couple times, but it was okay. Look, our stretch was averaging 7 yards a carry. Flanker curl was 8.6. Dive, 1,000 dives. Remember, this is just on this account. 1,023 calls. X post, 4,300 times I called it. At 15 yards a play. That's pretty good. And then corner strike, again, not as many calls, 338 at 8.8. So the average play, we were probably picking up 7 or 8 yards a play in this offense, regardless of what the outcome was, regardless of what happened. It was a great offense. So I say this is for 2 reasons. One, be creative. Don't just see somebody running something on Twitch, right? But with that sense too, in Madden 19, let me teach you how to be a better Madden player. Some of that's going to be on the channel. Some of that's going to be on Madden Turf. It works. It works. I know it works. I want to make you all a bit better. I'm not saying I can take you to from 10 wins a week to 25. I don't think that that's a thing. But I can take you from 15 to 18, 18 to 20, 20 to 21, 22, something like that. Incremental steps, and that's what you have to be able to do. You can get there. I know you guys can. And I could honestly talk about this for an hour. If you guys want to hear more about this, you want to go a little deeper into my mind before we get to Madden 19, you got to let me know down below. And more importantly, this is not a video a lot of people are going to click on. I know that. But if you guys give me 150 likes, we'll definitely do a deeper dive. Maybe some dive into defense as well. Maybe do it as a live stream. Who knows? Could be good. Enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.